So with the help of everyone here, we're the hottest economy in the world. We've created over 6.7 million new jobs since the election. If I would have said during the campaign that I would create 6.7 million new jobs since the election, these people would have gone crazy. They would have said horrible things. They would have said it's impossible. Unemployment has reached the lowest rate in over 51 years. Soon to be historic. African American unemployment just dropped to the lowest rate ever recorded, historic. Really unimportant to me, the African American youth unemployment rate is the lowest ever recorded in the history of our country. We lifted 55,000 Mississippi residents out of poverty, 55,000. Hourly earnings are up 9% in Mississippi since the election. Under the previous two administrations, we lost 60,000 factories in our country. Under my administration, we've already added nearly 10,000 new factories, and many more are coming in as we speak. To get relief to working families, we passed massive tax cuts, on average $2,000 to $2,500 per family, bringing almost $1 trillion back home to our shores. What's happening? You couldn't get the money. The big companies, they couldn't get their money back. Both bureaucratically and from a tax standpoint, they brought back almost $1 trillion now because of us, all put to work. We slashed the largest number in history of job-killing regulations. And we ended the war on American energy. We are now the #1 producer of energy by far anywhere in the world. For decades, you saw corrupt politicians take money from lobbyists to impose catastrophic trade deals. Mississippi lost 40% of all manufacturing jobs after the twin disasters of NAFTA and China's entrance into the World Trade Organization, two of the worst deals ever made by our country. 100,000 Mississippi jobs were wiped away just like that. And that's awful and a big price to pay for Washington's disloyalty to the American worker. That's what it was. It was disloyalty, stupidity, corruption, lots of reasons. But now you finally have a president who is loyal to you, and I am. I'm a fighter for your jobs, for your wages, your factories, your families, and your dignity. We're stopping China from ripping us off. We're stopping all of these other countries from taking advantage of the United States, where we lose our money, we lose our wealth, we lose our jobs, we close our factories. That's not happening anymore. It's reversed. We were the sucker country for years and years, but we are not the sucker country anymore, and they all know it. We're replacing NAFTA, and that was a disaster, NAFTA, with the brand new U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement, if Nancy Pelosi will ever put it up to a vote, which is questionable. Nervous Nancy, she doesn't want to give the people of our country a victory. She's very busy doing other things, having fun. The USMCA will be a massive victory for Mississippi's farmers and also includes powerful protections for Mississippi auto workers, manufacturers, and everybody else. It's a great agreement. About time we got rid of NAFTA. The do-nothing Democrats need to stop their madness and pass the USMCA right now. The last administration's horrendous Trans-Pacific Partnership would have destroyed the U.S. auto industry. But I proudly, first thing, withdrew from that job-killing calamity. Under our policies, Toyota has just announced a $170 million investment in Mississippi and 400 new jobs at its facility. Did you ever hear of this place? Blue Springs. Blue Springs. Before my election, our leaders used the great American middle class as a piggy bank to fund their delusional global projects all over the world. We take care of other people, we take care of other countries, but we don't take care of our own. They knowingly decimated American manufacturing to promote economic growth in foreign countries. They deployed our military to protect, think of this, immensely wealthy nations, subsidizing their welfare states with your money. I ask those wealthy nations now, I respectfully the other day said to the king of Saudi Arabia, "King, we're going to help you, but you got to pay." And he was great. No, he was great. He was great. He said, "But nobody has ever asked before." I said, "But I'm asking." And billions of dollars will come in. And we're protecting a great ally. We have a country that spends billions and billions of dollars in our country buying military and other things. But we said, you're very wealthy. You have to pay, and they're going to pay. And that's true with many countries, by the way. That's true with many countries. They never respected us. They could never believe it. I said to one country, I have great respect for the Prime Minister of Japan. I said to Prime Minister, I said, "How did you get away with this for so long?" And he looked at me and he couldn't really answer it, because how the hell did this happen? We're protecting like 94 countries. Ask China, how many countries are you protecting, President Xi? And they look at me like, what a stupid question. We protect one, China. You ask President Putin, how many countries are you protecting, President Putin? And he looks and he goes, Russia. You ask other countries, we're protecting at least 94. In fact, so many they can't even tell me. I've been trying to get an answer for 4 months. So many they can't even tell. It's crazy, but it's all beautiful the way it's happening. A lot of good things are happening.